Hey everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today I just finished watching episode 2 of Star Wars Visions Volume 2. It was called Screecher'S Gorge by Cartoon Saloon, I believe. And yeah, this was a really fun one. It was basically like just a little ghost story between a couple of kids who work at this like mining place, coal mining place, and they're just, one of them's kind of like, man, one day I'm gonna get out of here, I'm gonna get away from this place, and so they have those kind of quiet moments of like, hey, you ever dream of something bigger away from this world? And then they go on this little ghost adventure, right, where they tell each other a scary story about how, like, oh yeah, here in the mountains there's like this or this gorge, I guess, there's this ghostly figure that no one ever returns when they see her, which, of course, it's like, well, then who's telling the story, right? Anyways, so they go there and they kind of get trapped inside this place, and one of them stays behind. There's this girl who she keeps on talking to this little pendant she has, and she's like, okay, you're gonna give me strength, I'm gonna be brave, I can do this. And you kind of get the impression that, like, oh, this pendant belonged to, maybe her mom or someone who inspired her at some point. And you think, oh, it's gonna be like a Jedi thing, maybe, so she keeps talking to this pendant, and she keeps on moving forward ahead of everyone else, and she's acting kind of weird, right? You're like, okay, she's real determined to do this, but I guess there's something going on with this pendant that she needs to face her fears. She's been reminded of something, and then she gets trapped behind, and she does end up confronting the ghost on her own, and it turns out to be this old lady Sith who's like, she screams, and it's like this, it's actually kind of like this real creepy screech, right? And she has a red lightsaber, and she's throwing it at her, and she's swinging it around, trying to kill this girl. And then a bunch of rocks fall down, right? One of the rocks had gotten knocked loose, and so some rocks fall down, and it crushes the old lady, and the girl takes the lightsaber, the red lightsaber, and like, oh, she was real, that's crazy. So she walks outside, she meets her friends again, and you think, like, okay, so this is just a story about how she got a lightsaber, or how she faced some kind of Sith who was maybe driven crazy and lives in a cave, and then this giant twist happens, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. So she's talking to this little pendant that she has, and the same one she's been talking to the whole time, and then it talks back, and it's like, oh yeah, you did exactly what I told you to do, good job. And you're like, wait a minute, something sinister's happening, because it had a really creepy voice. And then this spaceship shows up, and out walks this lady, but she's got like a mechanical voice going on, kind of, and she's real creepy, and you don't know what's happening yet. And then basically she offers, like, come with me, you're my new apprentice, and she's got like the Sith eyes, and it's like, oh, okay, this is the story of a Sith apprentice being recruited. And so she agrees to leave her friends behind, and then they just leave, and that was the end of that story. So it was just this really cool twist of, like, you thought this pendant was like maybe something her mom gave her, or something that she remembers to give her some strength, but no, it was literally talking to her because it belonged to this like Sith who was gonna train this kid if she passed this test. So that was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. It had a really cool twist, and now it's like, yeah, this is how maybe a Sith apprentice would be recruited. Just this person who wants to, escape from this mundane, life of basic labor, which, not unlike Luke Skywalker, right? But if they're approached by the wrong person, this evil entity who's gonna like, oh yeah, I'll take you away from here. Oh look, hey, this red lightsaber, it's yours now. Look at that. It's like, oh, this is gonna be bad. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that. That was pretty cool. Clever twist. I enjoyed that a lot. Alright, I'll see you guys on the next episode of Star Wars Visions. I think we have 7 more to go. I don't know. Alright, bye.